Hey everyone, I'm Christine, and today I'm going to talk to you in this video about how to accessorize a side table with things that you already have in your home. So let's get started. I'm going to just move over here. I've got a bunch of things pulled together on the floor that you can't necessarily see, but down here I have books and trinkets and objects. I have some glass pieces, I have artwork, some flowers, and I have a lamp. So let's get started. So to get started, I'm going to place this lamp first. Now this is a lamp that I have. This is a mood lamp, and what it does, and the reason I'm putting it at this end, because I like the way that it balances the end of the table. This is a lamp that creates atmosphere and mood when it's turned on at night. The other thing that I want to just mention before we start putting things onto the table as well is that the table that we picked, we felt fills this wall very well. This is a large white wall, so we chose a table that we felt could create some contrast, and we feel that the length of it fills the space quite nicely. So the lamp is there. The next thing that we can add to this side table is some artwork. Now I'm placing this large piece of artwork onto the side table rather than hanging it onto the wall. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I feel that by placing it on the top, it becomes more flexible and I can change that artwork in and out when I choose to. How I'm going to secure this to the wall is by using 3M double-sided tape, and I'll attach that later. I have another smaller piece of artwork here, this one, and honestly you can use anything you like. The trick though is to use pieces that you feel will create balance on the table and that will also you can use to layer. So I'm just going to layer this one, the beautiful dog that we have here, layer him behind the larger piece. And so already what I've done is started to use different levels to create some balance. So we have a larger piece of artwork here that really gives some nice height, and then there is the lamp here that sort of sits in the middle of the space, and then the image or the dog picture that we have at the back creates that lower level. So already you can start to see a little bit of nice flow happening on the table. So the next thing I'm going to start to add to the top of the table are books. Honestly, you can use any books that you have at home. My rule of thumb is just to choose some different books that you like in terms of the colors, the shapes, the sizes of the books, and even perfect if the books have some texture to them, just to add a little bit of difference. So I have some large books down here. Now I'm just going to place them onto the top of the table. I also have a collection of small books that I'll just put there, and the rest of my books. So, I've used like 1, 2, 3, there's 6 books here right now. They all have different shapes and textures to them. They also, one of the things I really like is that they have just beautiful spines. So I love the color of the spines of the book. The books, and this is how I've decided to group them together. So I'm just going to push those books just here. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I feel that there's some nice levels, so just to continue that levels story that we have going on. So, I can kind of line those up there. That's nice. And then with the smaller books, again, with the spines of the books looking really beautiful, I'm going to put these ones down at this end. And I'm going to start to create some balance and symmetry by separating them and creating more the groupings in a different way. The next thing I'm going to add is some objects to this side table. So I'll start to layer in some objects that I have. So I've got some glass pieces. This is painted concrete, and the horse poses a really nice solitaire shape. The thing that I love about this glass is just the label on here. And in your home you can use things that have different graphic labels. They have, they give it something of a graphic nature that you can add into a grouping of objects just to enhance the beauty of your grouping. So here is a grouping of different things that I have. Of course, again, the same story. You can use anything that you like. But let's talk about why have I chosen these objects and why do I think they work so well together. So like I said, I have something that is concrete. I've got some painted pottery here. I have some metal, a lovely amber colored with a graphic nature on there. Just a clear glass, again, something with some clear glass and some natural textures on the bottom, and just some different objects that I think will work really nicely. All right, so objects are there, so let's move them around and position them. That one under there. Now I'm going to put him on top of the books like that. This one I'm going to move here. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've used 3 things here that I really like, and I think that sometimes odd numbers work really well together, just as a rule of thumb. And I've put 2 here, and the reason I've kept 2 objects like this, sort of lower objects, is I'm going to add some flowers to the combination. So I have a vase here that is about medium height, and I filled it with some dried flowers. You can go as big as you want with the dried flowers or plants, anything to create drama and impact. Bigger the better sometimes, but I think that for this side table, this size and shape sits perfectly. I've really chosen things that I have found on, camping trips, on the forest floor. I'm using things that have come from my own garden or from bouquets that I've had in the past, and put them together to create a combination of different dried flowers that I really like. So that one is going to go there, and I'm just going to create some levels, different levels with some objects that I have here. So we've kind of got the lamp there, the books, the painting in behind, the flowers, and 2 little objects there just to kind of balance that side out. And then on this side, I feel really comfortable using, the smaller books with some smaller objects grouped together that have similar shapes, creating different sizes that help to balance out this end of the table. The last thing I want to add to this grouping is a small mirror that I have. And I think that using mirrors like this, especially in a bigger room where you have a lot of natural light, can work really well. Just to help reflect the light that's coming in from outside and reflect it back into your space. I'm going to group or place that mirror there, just in behind the lamp, and even at night when that light's on, it also helps to reflect some of that mood lighting back, and it actually has a really beautiful effect. So that is all I wanted to share with you today. If you have any questions or would like to see any other videos about styling in your home with things that you have already in your space, please leave a comment in the comments box below, and I'll see you next time.